Welcome to Real Estate with Ryan. So excited to be with you on a Saturday, talking a little real estate. Oh, it's been a busy week. I hope everybody's been doing well. I know it's been busy in the Coleman house. Over at Hometown, we've been extremely busy. I always tell you guys, it just seems like football time, end of the year, going into fourth quarter. It's just madness. I don't know. Every year it seems to be the same thing. I hope you and your family are doing well. Go Vol Nation, excited. They have a big game this evening, as you know. 7 p.m. we'll be playing the Gators, Gator Hater Week. So officially this Saturday, we're excited for our Vols, hopefully doing big things, big things. Busy in the real estate market, as you know, so much going on. Got some new congrats, pending, some sales, and so much to talk about. You know, the real estate market has changed over the last couple of months. Obviously, with inflation at all-time high, interest rates are higher. You know, the market is not where it used to be a couple of years ago, so things are changing. You know, in real estate, that's one of the great things. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down, sometimes it's flat lines. You know, the real estate market, like a lot of other industries, they're controlled by outside circumstances. Is it employment? Is it inflation? Is it the mortgage rates? Back a couple of years ago, COVID, a lot of those things are impacting the markets. And so we've got a really good show for you. And our show's talking about today is 5 reasons home sales keep falling through and what sellers can do to prevent that. So if you're not following the real estate market, not everybody may know that. You may see multiple pending properties. If you talk to another realtor or agent in the marketplace, you say, oh, the market's great. And the market is great. You know, we have a low inventory with about 3,500 homes on the market, but it's a different market than what we've seen in years to pass. And so what we'll be talking about today is what to address as a changing market that we just came out of August and going into September, always halfway through September, and then what you can do to prevent contracts falling out, to get your home back under contract, successful closing, and then to make your next purchase, you know, a wonderful one with less drama. You know, guys, you've been following me for a while on this real estate show. We do this little show called Real Estate with Ryan every Saturday. And I say, you know, listen, buying or selling real estate's not easy, but it can get stressful. And that's why you hire us guys to deal with the drama. And, you know, it is stressful, new listing that's coming on the market we just took, and they're going to be moving in with family and different things going on. So with everything going on in the news, which we try to avoid, right? And then everything that's going on within our lives, our personal, our kids and families, so much is out there that the stress can be really intense, right? And of course, the market conditions control that. So it's normal. We deal with it. We've been doing it for 24 years. So, but it's each year is something different. And I always say 2023 is a different year. I think you guys can probably agree with that. Before I get going and kind of talking too much, got some new congrats. So I'm going to run through those real quickly. Dove Lane, new land out listing. I got 4266 Ridgewater Drive in Louisville. Luxury property, great past client of mine. He's putting that on the market as a rental program, executive rental, $12,500 a month, lakefront property, over 8,000 square feet, boat dock. You want to check that out, go to my website, ryancoleman.org, and so much more information about that property. Great building lot on Clearwater Road, has a overlooking view, of the lake. Make sure you check that out. New listing in Decatur, 5180 Tennessee Highway 30. Beautiful rancher out there with a basement, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath. It's immaculate condition on an acre. Make sure you check that property out. Newly listed. 35-4 Eagle Ridge Drive, another building lot out there. And then, of course, new listing in Hardin Valley, just listed the other day. And it just hit the market. So make sure you check this out in Harrison Springs subdivision, 10431 Harrison Springs subdivision. Beautiful 2-story. What I love about this property is a spacious floor plan. It's got 4 bedrooms. That 4th bedroom could be a flex bonus room. It's got about almost 2,800 square feet. And then below, we've got kind of that man cave area. We've got more storage. He's got his workshop. He's got lawnmowers and all that good stuff in there. So a lot of extra space you wouldn't find in most of the homes in there. And did I mention it's right across from the pool? Makes it super convenient. So make sure you check that property out. It's listed at 585. Just hit the market at Hardin Valley. Congrats on some solds. Remington Grove Lane in Knoxville, 1407. Congrats to our great clients there. Then 826 Sweetwater Road. Congrats. And then 1026 Cloyd's Church Road in Greenback. Congrats on closing that one. And then Briarwood Drive, new pending. Tipton Station in Knoxville going under contract. Only Way, 602 Only Way in Pigeon Forge. Congrats. Then Captain Cove, Lakefront Lot in Sunset Bay. Congrats, going under contract. So that's, as you can see, we're busy. A lot of things going on. Kind of tying into what we're doing here. Before I get into the show, make sure you follow us every Saturday on News Talk at 1 o'clock. Talk Radio's at 92.3 FM at 11 a.m. And then, of course, all the social channels. You've probably seen us all over the place. If you've seen our new commercial out with Joe, I hope you've enjoyed it. I've got a lot of good feedback from it, and we had a good time doing that. Check our Facebook out this weekend and Instagram. We've got some behind-the-scenes footage of kind of things we were doing, different shots. I think you'll find it intriguing, and make sure you like our page. You know, we got home tickets every week to every home game. All you got to do is like, subscribe, and share, and you're going to be entered to win. Congrats to everybody at the Vol Village that came out to see us. And those winners that we posted last week. All right, we're going to jump right into it. Just so much to impact in a 30-minute show. It's just not enough time, but try to get it all in there. So we know the market's moving, and August was brutal. I'm not going to kid you. August was a brutal, different month. You know, if you've been doing the market for a while, been in the business, over 24 years, you get used to seeing typical seasons. You know, the spring market produces a certain activity. The fall market produces certain activity. And then when kids go back to school in August, it's always sluggish, you know, getting the kiddos back in shape. This time it was a couple weeks early. People are just not out there focusing on a move during that time frame. And so there's always that lag. But this year seemed a little bit different, seemed a little bit slower than what we've seen, obviously tying into the interest rates going into the market. You know, the market used to be where you put the home on the market and the deals were to the highest bidder that we've seen in years. You know, according to Realtor.com, over 15% of home purchase agreements in August fell through, up from 12% a year ago. It's the highest point on record. It was 17% early in the months ahead of the pandemic. Jacksonville, Florida is more than 26% off the home sales, along with Las Vegas, Atlanta, Orlando, and Fort Lauderdale are not far behind. Buyers are just not willing to deal with the issues right now, Philip Salem, an agent with Compass in New York, said. So we're seeing that in the Knoxville market. Really, it's a variety of factors that are driving this trend, all right? A good way to sum it up is that the buyers feel more emboldened. I think that he said that right. They feel more emboldened. I think it's been a seller's market for a while. And I'm not saying it's a seller's market or a buyer's market. That's why I say 2023 is just a wild market, right? Anytime, and I think you guys out there have been around long enough that know when we're going into an election year, especially what we came out of with COVID, you just know that kind of it's in the air. You feel it. You know something's coming. We don't know what it is, but you just kind of feel it in the markets. And that kind of relates over to the real estate market. And obviously, the buyers are feeling more cautious, and they have in a long time. And I think that's the reason. Consumer debt's up highest points we've seen in a long time. Stock market is all over the place. An agent that was working in Minnesota has seen this phenomenon where she listed her 4,000 square foot Minneapolis home in September. And she had the buyer interested from the get-go. You know, it's an exciting listing, brand new, hit the market, boom. They listed during the coming soon phase, got 7 offers. Well, that sounds pretty good. They went well over asking and accepted the highest bidder. Kind of heard that story before. But after the deal was signed, within days, the buyers backed out. Issues found on the inspections were not up to current building code. Another buyer quickly swooped in, and they backed out too. And then they said they went through it again and again. Same scenario. This has been a deal breaker day. Today, though, the market is changing. While initially they hoped to fix the home up and relist it, when the winter closed in, supply chain shortages, inflations, all those things started to come into play, and eventually sold it to a lower, kind of local investor this week. A lot of people are experiencing the whiplash of changing market. What's behind this trend, and what can sellers do to stop it? A lot of those things are coming into the interest rates, has a lot to do with it. The rates are higher. The 30-year average rate used to be 3.22. Now it's over 7%. It's not a number we've seen in 2 decades. So obviously we're in a different market. The results have been skyrocketing, and it also is according to payments. Payments are up about, $900 per month, depending on the price range. So we're coming to the break. We're going to talk more about this on the second half. Make sure you guys stay with us. Real Estate with Ryan, back in the second half in just a second.
Hey, Ryan, go deep. Keep going. Keep going. A little bit deeper. A little bit more. If you're in the market to buy or sell a home, let Ryan Coleman at Hometown Realty give you a home field advantage.
Man, great throw, Joe. Go Big Orange.
Hometown Realty, a proud sponsor of the Vols.
The real estate market is changing every day. You need to know your home's value in today's market. Text your home address to 290-2290 for an instant, no-obligation home evaluation. That's 865-290-2290. And remember, when you're ready to sell, we have a guaranteed sale program to get you in your next home stress-free. Trust your hometown experts. We've helped thousands of people just like you.
All right, we're back at it, Real Estate with Ryan. Thank you guys for staying tuned. We're talking about what can you do in a market that's changing. It's obvious. The market's different. 5 reasons your home sales keep falling through and how sellers can prevent that. That's what we're talking about in the first segment. Before we go too far in the show, make sure you're tuning in. I appreciate you guys tuning in. And if you're searching for a home, we're going to the last quarter, make sure you download our app. It's the latest app that we have out there. It's super helpful. It's got some of our preferred vendors on there, which make it easy. I can't tell you that. I'm dealing with a property now, and I need a vendor for a certain item. I went right to my app. But going the old days of using Google and going through the list and watching the service fee after service fee and not having good service is not what you want. We're still developing our app. We've got a lot of great vendors on there for you. So this buying process we talk about, it's stressful. One of the biggest investments you're going to make. Where do you start? We do this show every week. It's get the right agent in your corner. You need the right team working for you. And that's why we do this show. But then if you're not ready, got to start online like most of our consumers do. Download our app. We've got our come-in soons, new listed properties, and properties that are not even on the MLS. All you've got to go to is the App Store or Google and look up Hometown Realty, and just look under real estate. You'll see our app. Download it. It's free, doesn't cost anything, and our vendors are there for you at your convenience, okay? All right, we got a 60-second vol update. We're not going to go long on the vol update. Drum roll, please. Okay, quick. You guys know what it is. In a couple hours, Gainesville, Florida, Vols, they clash. Big time game. I'm going to predict this out. It's going to be a big win for the Vols. A lot of critics were out during the last game that we had at home. Wasn't this, wasn't that, wasn't perfect. We dropped balls. You know what? It's new. It's getting seasoned. Got new coordinators, got 2 new teammates. Give them a chance. We're going to be great this year. I'm excited for our Vols. It's going to be a great win, I think, and it's going to be a great team effort. Remember, we're rooting for our Vols all the way through. So that's our update. There's not much more to talk about the Vols. Basketball is right around the corner. All you got to do is make sure you subscribe to our channels. That is my 60-second Vol update. Hometown Realty, proud sponsor of the Vols, and your Tennessee realtor. All right. See, a lot coming on, man. It's just a lot to run this show. I think somebody watches this show, if they could only come in here and see behind the scenes what we do. It's just the method to the madness, but it's so fun. I enjoy being with you guys. I was talking to somebody the other day, and I said, I really don't know how I got on the radio. Don't know how I started talking and doing all this stuff, but it's kind of like we feel like we're connecting out there, and a lot of great clients that we work with, kind of once I get to meet them and feel like we've been knowing each other for years. So really appreciate all you guys listening. It really means the world. All right, get back on track. So we're talking about the interest rates and why that has affected deals. And we know inflation is key. The median prices are up 70% from a year ago. And that could be as much as $900 to your mortgage payments. With everything being volatile, a lot of buyers are pulling out of the market, okay? Borrowing money is higher than it was months ago. It just is here. Rates have jumped considerably. And, that's a big difference in the market that we're in. So what do we do from there? Some experts say the rates jumped are particularly impactful for first-time buyers. I see that. How impactful is it now where we're working with people, and you say first-time buyer, but normally 400,000 was not a first-time buyer. But in the Knoxville surrounding DMAs, we've got a couple that's coming from out of state. Our relocation department's working extra hard, and they're coming from out of state, selling their property, and they're looking in, maybe land to build or somewhere under that 250 range. Well, that used to be able to find in East Tennessee a pretty, nice starter home or a good entry-level home. Now there's just limited, Now the new entry level is up, I don't even think the number of 30%. I'd say it's almost doubled. So, to get the entry level, you're probably somewhere in that 300 to 400,000 range. So you can see affordability has a big factor. It's also made a new big difference for new construction. 17.6% of home builder contracts fell through in July, more than double the rates that have seen in new homes previous. New home purchases were often signed, and their sales contracts were signed in advance, so well before they could lock their mortgage rates and solidify monthly payments. By the time the home is nearing completion, rates have increased significantly. Okay, so those are some things to think about on our new construction because we have that in the area. Of course, I'm in my area. I'm over in Hardin Valley. You see all the new construction that's going on. Jeff County got stuff out in Morristown, different stuff that we were working with some buyers. That's exploding. And there's a lot of tract builders that are out there that have come into the marketplace that we haven't seen over years. And so they're mixing the inventory. One tract builder that we're dealing with, they're taking auctions, kind of like open bids. So a lot of their deals where they're cutting cost and, some of these builders where they just put them together with not the same quality as some different builders and same standards, and it's new construction and you can't, make any changes. Well, that type of product is out there, but there's a lot of buyers for that product, which makes it very competitive, very frustrating in this market. Most people say, Ryan, was it a buyer seller's market? I know we talked about that in the first half of the show. And I said, I don't really know what it is. It's hard to say. One second you turn around and we're getting multiple offers. Second section, properties are sitting a little bit longer. And then all of a sudden you get a lot and you say, well, land may sit, longer than you expect. And here you go, you get a contract a couple weeks. It's just an unpredictable market, I think. It really is just an unpredictable market. But obviously the economic certainty number 2 has a lot to do with what's going on. In general, the uncertainty has a lot to do why there's canceled deals. In fact, real estate pros say buyers are increasingly voicing concerns about the looming recession, future job losses, and possibility of housing crashes. Although most experts don't expect that to happen, it still causes trepidation with buyers across the country. It's true. Anytime that we're dealing with a market like that, there's going to be some nervousness. That's why you got to grab a great agent in your corner. That's why we got to work together. Sometimes, you guys are out there. I have to talk you off the ledge. It's not uncommon. If you saw me, I'm on the phone nonstop. And a lot of times it's, little private counseling sessions. It's okay. It's okay. Because it's a big decision. And I think that's what we're here for. That's what we do. Just lay the facts out there, work together, and make a good decision for you and your family. But it is wildness. It is wildness. And kind of going story time, we have seen this in a couple deals that we've had. Not only have we had to sell it, resell it, something comes up on the inspection. Maybe we don't even know what it is, but the buyer says, hey, the inspection is an issue. One we're working with right now comes to mind. Had to resell it again. Seller's super nervous. What's the status? I think we're going to experience these things. And when we go through these things, that's why the experience and the agent that you hire makes the difference. And we can help you kind of walk through it. But let me just rephrase it. No one has an answer for this, the exact answer. It's weathering the storm and kind of going through the emotions. And I want to talk about some ideas. I kind of get through this quickly of what sellers can do, which is so important. Obviously, go into some different things, but contingencies and price your repairs are what we're seeing where before we didn't even have a chance to look at those things. You know, a lot of buyers would say the deals that were less optimal for them if they needed to buy the house, and the sellers held all the cards pretty much. If a buyer threatened to cancel a contract because of an issue discovered during an inspection period, the seller would say, go ahead, cancel it. I've got 15 more people just like you to take your place. Now, supply and demand balance is balanced a little bit. Buyers have a little more leverage than they have in the past. That's true, right? You know, we rode the train and it was, that was the rule. But we knew that was not the norm, right? We know that was not the norm. So it was fun while it lasted. Now we're getting back to more of a normalization of a market and some other factors involved. According to Realtor.com, 92% of recent sellers accepted buyer-friendly terms and 41% accepted some contingencies that will allow the buyer to back out with lower appraisal, et cetera, et cetera. What can we do? What can we do to change that sellers to actually deal with what's going on? It's a good question. Number one, make sure you're upfront and honest with what's going on. If you know there's some things going on with your home, disclose it. Put it on the disclosure. Address it. Get a bid. If you know that HVAC is 29 years old and holding, let's do this. Let's go get that estimate. Let's have it handy. Make sure our HVAC is serviced. So when the buyer comes through, two big things that I deal with all the time: your roof and your HVAC. Make sure that you have life on your roof, or you have an estimate from a roofer or HVAC if you ever to replace it. So when we get into negotiation, we're not negotiating some outrageous bid that is not viable. If they get an inspection, make sure you take time to work at their repairs, look at them, offer credits, work it out. Talk to the agents. In today's market, you got to have an agent that will not text, email. I know we do it all. Get on the phone and work deals. Great agents are on the phone making deals happen. Negotiation is key. I'm always big on marketing. If you don't market the property, you won't attract the right buyer. It all comes down to the agent that you choose. I appreciate you listening to this show so much. It means the world to us. Hope to see you next weekend. Go Vols. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you next Saturday.